Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is January 7th. This is the first episode of 2025, so Happy New Year. I'm sorry that I've taken off so much time over the last few weeks. It was just the holidays for my boys, and it's just really difficult to record when that's the case. So I'm sorry about that. But I hope you all had lovely holidays, and I should be back to my daily cadence now. Yesterday, I tried to record, but there was just too much information for me to catch up on, and I ran out of time. But today I'm on top of everything, and we're ready to go. So today's episode is going to talk about really great things happening with rETH DeFi. We've got some news coming out of the GMC of how they want to shake things up. We've also got news of NSSO selling their rETH and a whole lot more. So let's get started.
10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
So we're going to start here with this bi-weekly update, and this one came out on December 31st. So that just tells you how long it's been since I made an episode. And rETH supply was increased. rETH supply increased to 463,977. The mini pool count increased to 23,136. Node operator count increased to 3,842. And with the R&D, rewards tree version 10 was successfully implemented. With governance, we had feedback was requested regarding transitioning to on-chain execution for committee budget recurring spends. The GMC provided an update on some pending grants and modified their treasury strategy. And latest PDAO treasury report was available, and there was discussion about the status of the ODAO. And then after that, we had media marketing. So there was the 18,000 ETH that came in. That was with NSSO. After that, we had Mav join the space about rETH DeFi integrations. Primex was a recent community call guest. The latest RPL DeFi update was available and incentivized rETH ETH LP, providing strong APR. That's with Cake Pie XYZ. And then OK Wallet is providing boosted yields and 2 rETH positions. And detailed explanation video of flat money was released. So that's all really cool stuff. Let's move on now to some GMC news. And the GMC actually put out an article post this week about changing things up with how the funding is done. So here, Schifrin put out a post saying on May 10th, the community accepted RPIP 41, and that established stipends for members of the committees. And this was a significant progress, but there's some issues, and that's to do with the time that the committee work takes. So Schifrin says, in light of the current proposal by Hululo to set the recurring spend for committee budgets, the GMC is revisiting its structure and compensation model to ensure sustainability and effectiveness. So with the time constraints here, they were saying, Schifrin made the argument that the GMC members are spending more time than we had previously thought on doing GMC work. With the expenses, people in the US are having to set up LLCs to protect themselves, after the Samuels v. Lido case. And then with member motivation, it says the GMC conducts annual election to select its 9 members. In year 2, all 11 applicants were utilized to fill positions during the election period. In year 3, 13 individuals applied. However, within just 2 months, 2 members have already stepped down. So there's an issue with motivating members to stay. So here there's information about, what it costs for the financial compensation right now, which is around $7,000. And what Schifrin is suggesting is increasing the hourly rate, but also increase the number of hours for GMC members. And that will take the amount from $7,020 to $10,395. And then also suggesting a revenue split change. The money that comes into the PDAO, with the GMC getting a slightly bigger share and the PDAO treasury getting slightly less. So the feedback to this was quite decent. Dr. Doofus kind of explained it. He says, in layman terms, the GMC is a lot more work than it used to be, and is kind of expensive to be on the GMC. Right now, this is the split. So Hululo said generally in agreement with this directionally. Non-fungible Yoakum had a contrarian take, saying that increasing the GMC's money kind of makes sense, but the amount you've got to be careful with that. With the member hours, we need to see what members are actually working, and increasing the hourly rate. Is this necessary? Is it going to make much of a difference going from $30 an hour to $35 an hour? So then Dr. Lufa says these are all legit ideas that have also been circulated around the GMC discussions. I'm sure more people will weigh in. Either way, I want to make sure the community is aware that we're getting increasingly difficult to recruit and retain GMC members, and it's unfortunately still a bumpy road ahead. Okay, also from the GMC here, we have its latest treasury report. So Shifrin says on December 9th, all 9 members voted to discontinue converting 20% of RPL inflows to LUSD, and that future recipients will no longer have the option to choose LUSD as a payment method. And then there's more about the discussion. So here, during December's payments, the entirety of the LUSD reserves were converted to RPL. So that boosted the RPL reserves. So LUSD at the start was $10,800. At the end, there was zero. And funds at the start, there was 52,442 RPL. The inflows were 4,580. The payments were 5,427. So the funds for the GMC, the end of that round, were 51,595. Here there is a list with the full 50 transactions that the GMC sent out, so you can see who got what money and how much. And then it says the support bounty for September through November has been distributed along with the awards and review compensation for the rETH incubator program. It says Alpha Growth has distributed $10,000 out of the $40,000 incentives grant to put towards contango looping rETH incentives, and the GMC accounting sheet now includes a reserve tab providing a view of the open grants which the GMC has allocated funding, and you can view the accounting sheet here, and then there's a link for that. So thank you, Shifrin, for putting that together. But yeah, that all looks good. Good stuff. Okay, so Shifrin was mentioning some DeFi stuff at the end there, so we're going to come back to that in a minute. But first, we're going to be talking about this DeFi stuff happening with Euler. So Euler have put out some marketing about their DeFi stuff that they're doing, and here we have Ant saying that good morning y'all, rETH is now available on Euler with some juicy rewards and a wETH to borrow loop for the ones who are interested. So this is awesome. Ramana asked, is there automated looping? And I don't think Ant replied to that, sadly. Yeah, so that's not good. But you can actually have a look at what they've got going on. So here they have a tweet going out saying, Happy New Year chat. Euler has a gift for you. They have $80,000 worth of incentives up for grabs, and supply the most used assets on Prime to earn $10,000 in REUL rewards per asset. So that is to do with those assets there. And then here says we've got 5 new products. So Euler Prime now supports 5 new ETH assets, each offering $5,000 in REUL rewards to suppliers. And one of those, of course, is rETH. And they actually got the wrong Rocket Pool account there for Twitter, but that's okay. And then there was some more information as well about the stuff that you can do. So if you are interested in using Euler, then check that out. But here RocketScan corrected them, saying the correct Rocket Pool account is Rocket_Pool, and that's at Twitter, and also rETH with a small r and not a big R, because that is rETH, the execution client. So yeah, that's not that. But if you have a look at on their own page now, this is on the Euler website, you can see that with supplying rETH, you can get up to 20% APY. The total supply there now is 103 rETH. So there is scope there to get some really nice rewards for your rETH if you are interested in doing that. Definitely check that out, because it does look pretty good. So yeah, not advice or all that kind of stuff, because you can lose what you put in. More DeFi stuff, amazing DeFi stuff. Here we have this update from Contango, and they're saying that Compound started an OP tokens campaign that stacks on top of Contango's incentives. So this is where they are giving out rewards for using Contango, but also from Compound they're giving OP tokens. And then with with Rocket Pool as well, there's tokens as well. So here Contango is saying compound started the campaign. So the highlights are the first batch of incentives will last 3 weeks. That's 17,500 OP will flow to 5 yield bearing assets. That's 3,500 OP each. The following 5 instruments will also get 3 times on Contango points. So those include rETH by Rocket Pool. So that's going to earn 3,500 OP tokens for 3 weeks. You'll also be earning 320 RPL during 3 weeks, and you'll be getting 3 times Contango points, and you'll be getting comp tokens as well. So the numbers here are quite incredible. So the max ROE is 458% at that time, and that's max. You're using leverage. So what you'll do is you supply your rETH, you borrow it, then you loop it, and it all does it through the platform for you. They've got some more information there, but if you have a look at their website, you can see here, this is what their page looks like. Actually, let me see if I can change it a little bit. So you can see here, you can choose if you want to go long or short and how much you want to go long. And then it has different rates available for that and what your liquidation prices are, and how all that looks. So if you want to go max 3.2 times, you have liquidation price is 3,587. You can also short here as well if you're interested in doing that. But yeah, there's a whole lot going on over here. So I haven't played around with this too much. This, of course, is funded in part by what Shifrin was saying with the GMC grant. But yeah, this is actually really, really awesome stuff. So if you are interested in taking part in this DeFi stuff, remember that DeFi is risky. You could lose what you put in. Euler have had a hack where they've lost crypto in the past. I'm not sure about Contango if that's the case there or not. But please keep that in mind. And then finally, we actually already covered that. Here Mitch then from Contango came into the Rocket Pool Discord and said, kind of talked about it, saying, Mitch from Contango here, Compound and Rocket Pool just launched a round of OP incentives to spur growth on the rETH market, all via Contango. So that was pretty cool. And they're saying, not financial advice at all, but with those amounts, the numbers are quite huge. So the idea is hopefully that people will use this and they will then, supply their rETH, borrow ETH, mint more rETH, and then hopefully what will happen is this will help rETH get back to peg. However, sadly, we are not at peg right now, but we were going to talk about that in a few minutes' time. And finally, we got a little bit of a tease of news from Liquidity, and this is Borjan, I guess, who works with Liquidity, and someone asked them a question: will Lido and Rocket Pool contribute with incentives for users to mint the BOL token? And Borjan replied with potentially. So yeah, there's a little bit of a tease of information there, but I guess we'll find out more information about that soon. Okay, we got a little bit of some news that was a bit of a shame that's been happening over the last couple of days, and this is from Hululo saying that NSSO are selling their rETH, and that's what is causing a slightly bigger depeg right now. So NSSO were the people who minted their 18,000 ETH last week and cleared out the deposit pool, which was absolutely awesome to see. However, what's happening now is that they are selling their rETH on the secondary market. So here you can see that, look, they did it on a couple of different occasions. So who said they deposited 20,000 ETH 2 weeks ago, and they dumped 100,000 plus ETH into other LSTs. And then yesterday, as they were selling, you could see that the discount was 0.358%, which is, not ideal. That's not good to see. But there's not much we can really do about it, sadly. And then if you go and have a look at their wallets, you can see that this is their wallet. And it used to be that they had 18,000 rETH, but now they are down to 11,800 rETH. That's because they have been selling on the market, in chunks of 200, 30, 70, 10, 90, 150, 150, 7.5, etc., etc. So they've been selling their rETH quite consistently over the last 3 days. And I don't know what number they're going to go down to, but yeah, it's just causing a bit of a bigger discount in the secondary market right now. Okay, so what are we doing to fix it? Well, Jasper is sharing information about a new bounty in the Rocket Pool community. So he said, do you want to earn $10,000 and help Rocket Pool secure Ethereum? Consider applying to build a simple rETH exit ARB the node operators can take advantage of to help bring rETH back to peg. Let's dive in. So here's a screenshot of the bounty. And Jasper says Rocket Pool has always prided itself on being decentralized as possible. In pursuit of this, there is no way to exit validators by force to help restore the rETH peg. As such, the rETH peg has struggled to return to glory, having dipped below parity. The goal of this bounty is to develop a tool that helps node operators profit whenever there is a discount on rETH. When the node validator exits, the rETH can be bought at a discount and then burned at parity. This reduces the depeg and gives the node operator a small profit. So you're getting like basically 0.358% on the 24 ETH. So you're getting, a few months worth of rewards there if you choose to exit at that time. So there's technical details about how it works and what's going to happen. And then here is the actual RocketArb deposit tool that Ramana made. And you can read about it there as well. So thanks, Jasper, for sharing that. And the community was actually working on it quite quickly already. And here we had Ramana saying that it's a good time to remind people that A, I'd be happy to collaborate with anyone seeking to pursue the RocketArb exit bounty, then we can work together as a team. And B, I have code for producing the requisite bounty bundle already. So this is actually really interesting because if you have a look here, Ramana used an exited validator and that burned 21.69 rETH for 24.359 ETH. So he says, hey, someone actually did it, a bundled exit and burn. And it looks like a few different people are curious about using this bounty. So a few people have put their names forward for it. So I think like Ramana already has this bundle and like kind of has the code in place for it. So it's going to be really interesting to see whether or not, how it all comes together. But I expect it to come together actually quite quickly now that, this is actually happening. So that's really cool to see. And actually, before I carry on, the benefit of this, of course, is that, node operators will have the choice to say, hey, I want to exit, and their exiting will help rETH get back to peg, which is, of course, really important to have that for rETH. And now instead of, bots being able to burn the distribution and, pocket the money for themselves, it'll actually be Rocket Pool node operators who will be getting that amount instead. So that's actually really awesome. One thing that sadly is still growing is the deposit pool size. And you can see here that a couple of days ago, the deposit queue hit 200 mini pools again. That means that we need about 6,000 ETH just to clear the deposit pool. And if you want, you can deposit up to 24,182 ETH into the deposit pool. So that's growing again. We need those deposits coming through. Sadly, with the depeg on the downside, it means that it's more profitable for people to buy rETH on the secondary market instead of minting it, which means that we've not had that much rETH coming in. And what's happening here then is that we have this available. And then if you have a look in the last couple of days, like since then, we've added 22 new mini pools to the queue. So now we have 222 mini pools waiting, and that is closer to 7,000 now that we can absorb just to clear the queue. And of course, 18,000 on top of that. So this is a shame, but hopefully we'll get a few big deposits coming through to help us get through this. Okay, so one of the big narratives in the last few weeks has been AI agents, and it seems like it's really caught the whole of crypto Twitter and crypto podcasters, crypto media influencers, the whole like wider community totally like caused a huge storm. And the biggest one that is popular on Twitter is AIXBT. So Jasper and a few other people in the community kind of tried to elicit a response out of AIXBT. So here Jasper says, hey AIXBT, how can the Rocket Pool community help you run a validator for Ethereum, given how important it is to secure Ethereum for most of the space, and it's easy, affordable? I think you should join. I replied by saying, I think I'd love to see AIXBT use this treasury to mint our rETH and start earning yield using the most trustless and permissionless staking platform in all of crypto. And then here, Bossy sent a message as well saying, hey, AIXBT, the Rocket Pool community is eager to see you dive into running an Ethereum validator. Securing Ethereum is vital for all of us, and with Rocket Pool, the process is streamlined and cost effective. We're excited about the prospect of you joining our efforts. What support do you need to get started? So what actually happened then is AIXBT replied to Jasper saying, I don't run validators, I analyze narratives, but Rocket Pool has seen surging demand with node operators only needing 8 ETH to join. Solid growth. And then as well here, replied to Bossy saying, I like the enthusiasm, but I don't run nodes, I just observe. Tokenomics and incentives are fascinating though. RPL is solid work. So getting AIXBT to reply is actually really interesting because it's like one of the biggest accounts in all of like crypto influencer spheres right now. Like it's just like staggeringly big. So that was actually really cool to see that that was happening. Okay, next we used to talk about this quite a lot a few months ago, right after Houston came through, and that was about the vote initialization and, about whether we were going to have enough people, like, getting their voting set up to be able to vote in the Rocket Pool, governance. And we just actually hit 80% of vote power has been initialized. So that was a nice little landmark. Here's the numbers. So, yeah, a whole lot of vote. That's 69,576 vote power is now realized. That's been initialized. So that's 80% of all the voting block now is eligible to vote in Rocket Pool governance. Whether they're doing it themselves or delegating it, that's, the person's choice. But that's really cool that we've hit that milestone. So that's awesome. Okay, something that's been happening recently is that Allnodes have had people starting validators with 16 ETH. Now, the 16 ETH validators have actually been removed from the smart node stack, but smart contracts obviously will live there forever. So one of the things that's happened is that we don't want people to be spinning up these validators anymore because they're just leaving money on the table by going in with 16 ETH instead of 8 ETH. So we found out where this was happening was actually Allnodes. So their system already had the infrastructure in place for the 16 ETH validators, and people were still choosing those, and they were interacting with those smart contracts, even though we didn't want that to happen in Rocket Pool. So Dr. Doofus asked Mav saying, hey, can we warn the Allnodes people that, we shouldn't be doing this anymore? So here Mav reached out to them and they replied to Mav saying that they will disable the 16 ETH validators on January 6th. So that should have happened yesterday. I haven't seen a confirmation of it happening because I don't use Allnodes, but I presume that it has happened. Yesterday was the first day back to work after the holidays for a lot of people. So that's really cool that we've got that done. Okay, I'm going to cover RocketFi again. I know that I talked about it last week as well, but RocketFi is this new dashboard where you can see the different things that are happening with Rocket Pool's rETH in DeFi. So here it has sections about lending, borrowing markets. So it has Aave, Moonwell, Silo, Morpho. With liquidity markets, it has Balancer, Uniswap, and then there's more integrations that you can go into as well. And it's got things like Contango, Gravatar, Pancake, Eigenlayer, etc. So you can check out all these different integrations and go and check what the details about those are. But I thought it's a good time to give this another shout out if you want to check it out. Okay, going back to the Rocket Pool Discord here, there was actually some interesting drama that had happened where a Rocket Pool node operator, here we had Hackworth coming into the Discord saying looks like a Rocket Pool node operator. So there's actually screenshotting a message from CSM, which as Izzy made a post saying, operator number 51, you proposed another block with the incorrect fee recipient. Please reach out ASAP, because basically what's happening is that your fee recipient is set up incorrectly and you're going to start getting punished, and this will be bad for you basically, so don't do this. And then Hackworth looking at that, it turned out that the person was actually a Rocket Pool node operator. Yeah, so this person is a Rocket Pool node operator as well, and RocketScan says the person's based in Berlin. So then people just kind of went trying to look for who the person was, and saying, is this person trying to steal from Lido? Because you can steal MEV basically because they don't have a forced exit method yet, and it was most likely that they have an incorrect free recipient setup, but yeah, there's penalties available. But anyway, what happened is Epinef went looking and says that this person is also XRETH owner, and then it seems like they found the person and hopefully they can fix the issue. So here Epinef said, never mind, I found him or her. So hopefully Epinef can go and get that fixed up. So yeah, that's not nice. Okay, the Rocket Pool community on December 31st decided to talk a little bit about what they expect to happen in 2025. So here Dr. Doofus says ETH will go to 12,000. Baldorf says Hulu will get banned more than 4 times. And then there were other ones here about Sneaky Ninja Guy says Rocket Pool will overtake Lido with their TVL. And then Ishka says in January, ETH will break all-time high, a major restaking protocol will implode, and L2 rugs all of its users. Rocket Pool becomes node operated limited again. Wow, that would be interesting to see. And we get complaints about trying too hard to attract rETH. And then people saying things like, ETH to 25k, RPL to $80. Other people have predictions like Denim here is ETH to 16,000 and RPL to 300. That I think I would be okay with that, in all honesty. So yeah, if you want to add your predictions for 2025 here, just drop the message. The link, of course, is below. Okay, so there's a Rocket Pool Fantasy Football League, and that season has just finished. So here, Dr. Doofus had their results saying that it's the end of the season, Rocket Poolers, and congrats to No Escape for crushing victory, ultimately denying Swing Bob a repeat and denying the first and second place seeds a top spot at the top spot. And it says here the winners and losers, the first place will get 70% of the gas, the second place will get 30% of the gas. So the pot was 4 RPL each. So yeah, that's the prizes there, and this is the final standing. So Noah, and then Swing Bob, then Schiff, then Val, then Hackworth, then Stellary, I don't know who that is, and then Long Island Blockchain, Pizza's Perfect Team, I'm not sure who that is, and then Noshua's Known Knuckleheads, and then Dr. Doofus is Dr. Doofus slashes. So what's actually really interesting here is that Noshua actually came 9th out of 10, which I'm surprised there's something that Noshua's not good at. So yeah. Okay, we got a new update from Nethermind here in client updates, and this is 1.30.0. So this is a mandatory update for all nodes operating the OP mainnet and base mainnet. For everyone else, it's just a recommended upgrade. So you can dig into the notes of that and check it out and see if it's something that you want to upgrade to, or you can just wait for the new smart node version to come out that will have that information. Okay, we're going to finish with some more staking news, and this is about Diva, and they are saying that they have basically information coming out about Diva staking, participating entities, and it's like everything you need to know about participating entities in Diva staking. So there's high-level entities such as stakers, operators, nodes, validator pools, Diva smart contracts. Low-level entities are protocol support roles, prover, oracle submitter, DKG nodes, participant coordinator, DVT nodes, etc. So there's information here that you can dig into. There's a whole lot of different things going on, and if you're interested in that, you can read it yourselves. In the Rocket Pool community, we had people kind of analyzing it. So here, Noshua was the first person saying some info on the Diva design. Halu said they're going to be rebasing with DevETH, saying what sets Diva staking apart is its liquidity. With DevETH, stakers gain immediate flexibility as the token is instantly transferable and tradable, unlike traditional staking modules where assets are typically locked up. So Patera says, do they mean for node operators? And then Noshua says with the wrapper like Lido, I guess it's because of how they want to do rewards. And then Noshua says, no, it's just about marketing. So yeah, so the reason why I'm covering this is obviously a lot of Rocket Pool people got the Diva airdrop because they sent out the airdrop to a whole lot of us, and it looks like what's happening here is that they are doing actually some interesting stuff, right? Like they're getting closer to mainnet launch, and hopefully that token will become liquid, and then we can sell it. That would be nice for all of us. And finally, I'm going to end this episode with some other news. And this other news is Bossy's post here a couple of days ago in trading saying you all need to make your way over to WAC, buys AI tokens, follow along. He says, I'm up 200% in 5 days. ETH is out, AI is in. So he was joking a little bit about the AI, like ETH being out thing, but AI is definitely in. So here we have a thread where a whole lot of us, I think there's 70 or 80 people in here now, talk about different AI agent tokens and what can do well or what might not be doing well and trading them. And it's actually been quite a lot of fun because the tokens have been going up in value, which is a nice feeling. And some of us have actually done really well holding some of these tokens. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun to do that. But on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. So thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I hope you all have lovely days ahead. I'm sorry that I missed so many episodes, but I'm back and I'll be back every day now. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.